My name is Cynthia Stavig. My disease is called multiple myeloma. It is a bone marrow type of cancer. Mine came about in one of my vertebrae in my back, my lower back. And so that vertebrae resulted in a compression fracture when the tumor outgrew its little space and it just pushed out. And so it's been pushing pressure on my nerves in my legs. And so it was very painful. But I didn't know there was anything wrong, so I went to a chiropractor for a while, and that didn't work. And so then they referred me to an MRI, and that's when they saw what was the problem. They called and told us that we needed to get to an emergency room as soon as possible, and that we had a compression fracture, so I thought, oh, okay, that's the problem, you know. I mean, no wonder it hurt so bad.
Well, I was really scared. The way the COVID rules are now, I had to drop her off and leave her there. I have a boat down in the Everett Marina, so I went there. At least we have a phone so we could text each other. There was a lot of waiting, but then she called me finally.
The doctor went and saw the report and everything and came in and just said, I have bad news for you. I'm sorry to tell you, but you have cancer in your back. And I was sitting there thinking, that's like the last thing you ever think that you're going to hear. Initially, we really didn't want to tell anybody else till we got out, and then we kind of told them little bits, because even with Elizabeth and Sean, I didn't really want to tell them completely till we knew.
Well, before I was told officially what she had, I knew that there was something wrong with her. She was in a lot of pain. She couldn't move. I kept trying to get an answer from her. And eventually I heard from her after she called me and told me that I had cancer. It really kind of struck me because it's always kind of a brick to just know someone you love is going through something that is very severe or serious. I mean, I cried for a very long time. And it took me a while to kind of, really kind of just kind of look at it more calmly.
Yeah, after the original diagnosis, it seemed like she actually got much worse. And so we started buying equipment to help her. And so in the beginning, it was just helping her get up from a chair or getting up out of bed. And then it got more and more into that. I eventually moved a bed downstairs, and we lived downstairs for almost 2 months.
The dynamic in our family totally changed because my mother would normally, go grocery shopping. She would clean around the house. She would take care of everything herself. But then, since then, now it's mostly been either my dad or myself having to do the chores instead of her, and she can't move around at all. So, but I've been helping my mom to, walk around so she doesn't fall over. To get her some food, I go to the store and get her whatever she needs.
It's hard to rely on people. I mean, they want to help, but if I'm home by myself and it's like, oh, okay, we only have these groceries in the fridge or whatever, I don't want to bother people. I am a part of a group. We get together once a week, and you don't have to just quilt, or you can crochet, do whatever you want, and we just have a great time. We've always supported anyone that needs, help. If somebody's having surgery on their ankle or something's happened in their family, we're always there for them. Just before Christmas, they were starting this project and with red and white fabric, and I said, I can't do that. And they pulled out this red bag, and somebody read to me the significance of red and white in candy canes. And she was getting all choked up, and I still hadn't clued into what was leading to anything because I didn't see it. But then they gave me the bag with the quilt in it, and I was just so touched. I mean, I've made quilts for myself and stuff, but this is beautiful, and they did it with the hands of love. When I was sleeping on the bed downstairs here, I had it on my bed so I could see it all the time and whatnot, but it was very touching. And I mean, I have a friend has had COVID for a long time, and so it's like, I'm gonna bring you something. So, I mean, you just do that for people that matter a lot to you.
I think you really start to learn the importance of friends and family. I mean, I think we all assume that we will live a long life, and something that this comes along, and the cancer she has, you know, there's treatments for it, but it's a deadly disease, and the goal is just to fight it for as long as you can. You know, we'll always just be able to grow old together, and we have to work on that now.
Well, this is the Everett Marina, and a couple years ago we bought a boat, and we've had it moored down here. It's one of my favorite places to come to just go for walks, or just to read books, relax. But there was a period of time when I haven't been able to come down here because of my not being able to walk. Like I said, this is one of the best, my most favorite places in Everett. I have a really strong faith. That, you know, I was raised Catholic, and go to church, do all that stuff. But, and you know, I'll pray for people and whatnot. But I've never been in a position where people prayed for me, and I never really realized that you can feel that. I really did. I could feel like a presence or this strength or something coming from, you know, I don't know. I mean, it just was there, and I thought, oh boy, this is just kind of amazing. I've always heard about stuff, but I'm not alone. I have friends and family praying for me, and they're to help in any which way, and that really has made a huge difference. Huge difference. And I've never thought like, well, why me, or anything negative could come out of this. I'm just taking it one day at a time, and there's no reason to think likewise that it's not all going to be fine.